Today I'm going to be making a jacket out of blue suede. And I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on how you can improve your project, but also how you can make sure you're buying something good when you're at the store. Enjoy!
Double check the heat before you go on.
Okay, so this is how I want the pieces to look. This is important for the pocket pieces. This goes inside, so this is basically gonna go here. Boom, nice. Down here it's gonna extend, and you will add the ribbing. Goes down here. Sleeve, very nice. Boom, boom, boom. And on the bottom side, well, I like to add quite a lot, up to 1 inch. You might notice like, hey, but this one is missing some fabric. And the reason is, this guy is gonna be on the inside, filling up this gap. So I'm just gonna start by doing this, make a mark, take this one out, and we will have the piece ready. So now when you add this, it's gonna be like this. Beautiful. I think it's time. Okay, so we have this ready. We have this side ready, which would be the opposite side. Before I do the lining, I'm gonna place the pockets here. This should be stitched. So my principle is, whenever you are doing something, it should be for a reason. And here it's exposed to weather, and I think that with all the use that if I glue it, it might come loose. And with the seam, it comes out like this. We have all the pieces cut out. The pockets are ready. The lining is cut out. I'm missing the ribbing, but it's coming any day. This is gonna be cool. It's time to do the lining. So if you've seen my other video, I talked about doing thin linings. And you need an overlock for this. So today, we're gonna do this lining with an overlock. And alive. Yeah, wow. This looks awesome. I don't know why I have not got this before. This is an amazing machine. Okay, this is gonna be so nice. All right, so when you are doing this part, like the ribbing around the waist, a very common mistake is to make this one too long. It is supposed to really be tight. And whenever you're like, oh, but this is tight enough, well, I think you should go even further. Because I've made this mistake myself a billion times. And even though I know it, I still seem to make it. So that's my advice. Make this not longer than you think, shorter than you think. And you can always like make sure that it still fits when you stretch it out, but as long as it does, you know, it's not too tight. Promise you. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. It feels good. So one thing I do here, I've attached this part, and you can see this seam, I match it. So with the ribbing, I go like this, okay, and I match it here, and I put a needle. That way, when we are attaching it like this later on, it's gonna be perfectly aligned. But I did leave this here. And the reasoning is, this is the final touches that I'm gonna do by hand when closing the jacket. So this is what I like by doing this. So you will have like this small edge here. And it's hidden. Looks good. I'm just gonna do these real quick so we have them attached, because then basically all we have to do is stitch this up. Okay, so whenever you're doing the seam here, the attachment for this, typically you will twist your arm because all that happens when you are a beginner. But avoiding this is just by, you can see the seam here. This is the inside seam, and I follow it all the way out here, and I attach a needle before I flip it. So I can feel on the inside here that it's all good. And you need to do this, double check, like 100 times, because when you twist this, it's a typical mistake, and it sucks, to be honest. There you go, that's how you do it. And now before, you are also gonna do the seam around here. So you have attachment to the leather, otherwise it's gonna flop out like this. And this we don't want. We want it tight, just like the neck here. It doesn't move, you can't open it here. Just tips to make it good and beautiful. Yeah. We're gonna do the same thing for this part. So you can see this is just what I mean, like this. And it's also typical, you know, some people just have it like that, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna attach it. One tip when you're doing this part, you could like go all the way. I would advise you to not do that, because for some reason it just doesn't look good. I would leave this part. So I start from here and go backwards. And it just gives it this, a little bit of play to make it look more natural. Otherwise it looks kind of forced somehow. So this is just like super quirky, not quirky, this is just super nerdy stuff. But I think, well, if you're making your jacket, make it as good as possible. Okay, so this is what I meant. Now it's attached, but by giving this some space here, you can see here I can pull it, but since we have the seam here, it's gonna look natural. Now I have to do this with some hand stitching. So I'm just gonna needle it up and get it done. I really don't like doing this, but okay, so when you are looking at this and going, yeah, I can totally see where you made it by hand, I don't know if I would agree. If you go like this, you will be able to see like, oh, here there's something done by hand. But just for general wear, I think it's better to have it like this. Oh, what a nice seam. We like this. Awesome. So, but how do we close the jacket? So this is gonna be with buttons, and we're gonna attach them now. Okay, so we're gonna do this with rivets. I'm just gonna place them and then attach them, basically. Now, the one thing to think about when you're doing like this is you're gonna have one piece folding over the other one. And traditionally, you have the left piece folding over the right piece if you're a man, or the opposite side if you're a woman. And I've heard that this comes from whenever you're going to church, because the women traditionally were sitting in the left, and therefore they could open their jacket and breastfeed without exposing themselves to the men. If you made it this far in the video and want to help me impress the algorithm, consider liking, subscribing, but also leaving a comment. So this really helps me out because it lets me know if what I'm doing is good or needs improvement. So leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.